friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and it's time to see who did what at this weekend's box office. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365. So, the weekend box office has come and gone. Shazam, being the big opening movie for the weekend, did about $53 million, which, honestly, if you're looking at the numbers, it's kind of on par with what a average Marvel movie would do. Take Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp are due around the mid-50s. I believe Ant-Man did about 57 during its opening weekend. So it's kind of like it's kind of cementing itself as almost a mid-tier, movie as far as what a performance does. It's not a reflection of how the movie was itself. I personally really enjoyed Shazam. I had a lot of fun with it. A good time overall at the theater. But it seemed audiences, I think, overall were unfamiliar with the character, and so they didn't, because everybody kind of knows who Aquaman is, Wonder Woman, Superman. So it's not a huge leap to think that, general people don't really know who Shazam is. So that kind of probably played into it a little bit. It could also be one of those things that if they greenlight a sequel, the sequel will do better. If enough people find it on streaming or on disc, that kind of thing. So I'm not too worried about Shazam's numbers here. I think it's a good movie. But you also have to take in account that there's a possibility that because the shadow of Avengers Endgame is looming, a lot of people are going to, that don't go to the theaters a lot are saving their money for this movie. So, April in itself is kind of a sparse month as far as what is being released. I know Hellboy is being released this coming weeks, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. But yeah, I think I wouldn't be necessarily too worried about those numbers for Shazam. Number 2, Pet Sematary made about $25 million. I think that's pretty much the highest it could have made in this case. It seemed to get a really good score outside of festival circuit, but then it really dropped with audience reactions afterwards. I personally thought it was good. It was fine. It was not a great movie. I thought it was a little bit better than the original. I did like the ending. I know some people had issues with it, but I as far as horror movies go, I think that's pretty much the best it's going to do for this kind of movie. Next weekend, I expect that to fall pretty much, outside the top 5 easily. And then, of course, The Best of Enemies also opened this weekend, number 6 place with $4 million. Honestly, as much as I like the actors and actresses in the movie, I guess the subject matter just, was too much for some people to kind of want to spend money on. Once again, we're getting into that Avengers Endgame cloud. So, are you going to go see The Best of Enemies, or are you going to go see, Avengers Endgame for your one movie per month if you're kind of like that, which it appears that a lot of people are. So, overall, kind of a light weekend, I think. Shazam would be interesting to see what the drop-off is for next week, because we do have Hellboy opening. I expect that to do probably around 20 or so. It is a rated R. It's a rated R comic book movie. And I think also the Ghost of Del Toro is, maybe kind of putting a few people off. I know some good friends of mine that are very disappointed that, why reboot if you're not going to go super, super big? And, I felt that the Hellboy's marketing has been kind of just not there. We did get a couple good trailers, but I haven't seen hardly anything on TV or anything about it. So, and our number 3 was Dumbo from last week. And, unfortunately that seems to be kind of really dropping off. I don't feel it deserves what it gets, critically, but I had a few issues with it, but I felt it's still a good movie. But I think pretty much Dumbo is going to fall outside the top 5. And Jordan Peele's Us, $13 million. Love the movie. Absolutely deserves to get it. I think Us is going to have some good longevity to it. I think it'll last several more weeks in the theaters. Of course, Endgame will dominate everything, but... and then, of course, Captain Marvel at number 5, still raking in the money. It already hit the $1 billion club. It is what it is. But, yeah, so that one continues to go. I think we're going to get it's probably going to level out a little bit because people are going to want to, see something just before Endgame. So I expect that to stay probably within the, I don't know if it'll still be number 5 or number 6, but it's going to hover around the mid-tier top 10 for a while. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the box office this week. Let me know what you saw in the comments below. As I said, I saw Shazam a few weeks ago at the advanced screening. I really enjoyed it. I thought there was a lot of good to like about it. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, go see Shazam. It's fun. So in the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos daily. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.